Summer is here, and I don't know about you, but for me that means finding creative new ways to consume copious amounts of alcohol. And today, I might have just found my favorite method yet. Go ahead and hop on over to my YouTube channel, load up the film playlist, and take a shot every time you hear me say the word scene. Scene, scenery, scene, cinematic, scene right here, scene. Over the course of the next 2 hours, you will have consumed enough alcohol to sedate a small horse, and most likely be dead. But hey, what better way to spend a Tuesday afternoon? Cheers. As you're probably well aware, I've had great luck shooting Portra 800 at night on Bronica cameras in the past. Well, fuck me. It is completely cracked. This camera just fell off of a dump truck onto cement. So, in an attempt to redeem myself from previous mistakes, I grabbed a roll of Portra 800, my Bronica SQ, and headed off into the land of Long Exposureville. God, I hate my joke. That's not even a joke. That's just a terrible thing to even think of saying. Long Exposureville. What's up, everyone? I'm at my first location right now, which is just a windy road in a developing neighborhood. There's some really cool street lights, which I like a lot, and I think the 65mm lens on the Bronica will work well for this image. I'm not usually a big technical guy. I don't usually look for things like leading lines all the time in my images, but I do like the way that this road winds up through the center of the composition. So I have metered, rating it at 800, and at f11, it's gonna be 8 seconds. There's really no better way to kick off a session than by fucking up your very first photo. Somehow my shutter release cable got stuck in the lock position, the fire position, and so when I went to wind my camera to the next frame, it just automatically fired off another shot, and I ended up with this really weird set of double exposed images that are completely unusable, but hopefully you get the gist of the image that I was going for and can consider these two double exposures as some abstract, edgy form of art. All right, walking up the street a little bit, trying to be incognito because I don't know if I'm allowed to do this. Not very incognito, kind of failing. But conveniently placed street cone under a street light. I think it'll be a good test for Portra 800 right now. The wide lens, get some of the sky in the background. Should be pretty nice. Meter, grab the shot. You don't know the drill. All right, we're gonna roll with f11, 2 seconds on this one. I'll try to chill with taking pictures of roads after this one, but those trees under the light like that, come on, I gotta shoot it. I don't know if you can hear all those crickets, but they're freaking having a rager over there. It's sick. All right, it's gonna be another f11 at 8 seconds on this one, and I figured out what was going on with my release cable, so hopefully no more accidental double exposures, mishaps, or anything like that. So we should be good to go for the rest of the night. So apparently I'm becoming pretty comfortable with metering my images, but then just not changing my camera settings after I metered for the photo. So I metered and then just didn't change the shutter speed whatsoever, and it left me with an underexposed image. Hopefully we can use this as a reference point as to what Portra 800 looks like at night when it's 2 stops underexposed. All right, I can confirm we're on 8 seconds on this one. Round 2, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I've cruised into downtown Gig Harbor now, and the next thing that I'm looking at is this building with some kayaks that you can see through the window, which I think is pretty interesting. And I like the landscaping that's been done front as well, like this boat cleat here that kind of adds a nice little touch to it as well, and then a pond too, right in front of the building. So a lot of cool little elements. All right, I lied, I'm back at a road. The only reason I'm back at a road is because I drive past this scene like every day on the highway, and I've always wanted to take a photo of it, so I figured tonight would be a good good night to cross it off the list, and I can actually stand like right in the middle of the road because there's hardly any traffic coming through here, so I think it'll be an interesting perspective. 4 seconds at f11. So I pulled into this church parking lot because I noticed kind of a mist effect going on under the street lights. Got out of my car, I smell smoke. So I don't know if something big is burning or somebody's just having a campfire or what, but there's quite a bit of this smoke in the air, and it looks kind of cool under these street lights. But there's this really cool composition with part of the church and beautiful green grass, street light, couple trees, and this mist effect. I think it could be really cool. I might just shoot the rest of the roll, the last 3 photos here, because I'm seeing a few things that kind of are catching my eye right now. So I'm gonna grab the camera, set up some compositions. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a couple images of this scene, frame up a couple different compositions, but I really like what's going on here, so I think I'm gonna shoot it from a couple different angles. And then my last frame I think is gonna be of the road, streetlights behind me. I don't know what the deal is. I keep saying I'm not gonna shoot roads, and then I find another cool looking road. I'm like, I gotta take a photo of it. Maybe a zine is coming later this summer of just freaking roads at night. How sick am I? But anyway, F11 at 2 seconds. All right, here we go. One of my main goals shooting Portra 800 this go around was to figure out whether or not it's better to use Portra for hundreds reciprocity chart, which is what I did last time, or just shoot it at box speed and not compensate for reciprocity at all. And after getting the scans back, I can pretty safely say that it's better just to shoot it at box speed with no reciprocity compensation. All the exposures seem to be quite a bit more accurate than my previous go around. And I will say that Portra 800 does seem to have kind of a warmer purplish tone over a lot of the images, so it's just something to be on the lookout for. It's easily correctable in Lightroom, but that is definitely something that I noticed I had to adjust after I got my scans back. Okay, this one's f11 at 4 seconds. Kind of cropped the street light out of this composition, so a little bit longer shutter speed, but 4 seconds is still on the dial, so we are good to go. It's really nice shooting in a smaller town, not a big city, and at night, because you're not really dealing with anyone. So it's just nice to be able to film and talk to the camera and not look like an idiot. F11, 4 seconds, here we go. Pretty excited about this composition. I think it'll be pretty sweet, especially with that kind of hazy effect going on under the lights there. All right, so that wraps up the roll. You know, it didn't exactly go as planned, having a couple of misfires and not having the bold mode available and trying to make do with what I got. You know, I don't think a lot of these frames turned out, but that is part of the experience shooting on film. Before I pack it up for the night, I gotta see if I still got the longboard skills in me. All right, everyone, while I still managed to mess up some of these photos, I'm definitely happy with how the majority of them turned out. I absolutely love shooting photos at night. You just get colors that can't be replicated during any other time of the day for obvious reasons. But anyway, thank you for tuning in to this week's video. I will catch you guys next week. Peace.